Is Gen Z actually more conservative than their grandparents? A global study done by King's College London and Ipsos UK found that almost a third of Gen Z men who were born between 1997 and 2012 believe a wife should always obey her husband. By comparison, only a tenth of baby boomers agreed. This means that guys in their 20s are twice as likely to hold traditional views on decision making in their relationship than men in their 70s. 29 countries took part in the survey, including Great Britain, the USA, Brazil, Australia and India. Former Australian PM Julia Gillard called the results troubling, warning that these rigid gender norms don't just limit women, they trap men in a box too.
Fuck them, feed them, leave them alone. Men are not hard, you are difficult. Do you know what men want? They want to come home to a clean house with a meal on the table. They want you to give them a hug and say, honey, how was your day? I love you and I missed you. And to actually give a fuck. And to listen and to conversate. And then when you go to sit down at the table, if he needs an extra, few minutes to digress, let him. Don't come out to the truck. What are you doing? Why are you coming inside? And then when you lay your head down for a night, you cuddle him. You scratch his back. And then you blow him and you fucking ride him. That's it. Be his peace. Don't talk shit about him. Don't run your fucking mouth to your fucking parents and your fucking friends. Bring him breakfast. Bring him lunch. If you can. I understand some of you work. They just want to be taken care of and loved, just like you do. But God forbid you treat them how they treat you. That would be asking too much, right? Okay.
How am I meant to go out dating? 41 years of age, so I don't go out clubbing and doing all of that palaver anymore and partying and bars and all of that. It's just not my thing anymore. I've tried the dating sites. As I've said in the previous post, I'm not into men with filters. They're all fucking catfish. No one actually looks like anyone that they say they are. They've all got these chiseled chins and they've all got that weird, blue steel look going on and a nose that comes out like Pinocchio and a chin that comes out even further. Nah, I'm not into that. I know I've got filters on right as we speak. I am a woman. I've been using filters since the age of 12 when I started wearing makeup, hair extensions, fake tan. Women are just one walking filter, let's face it. And the ones that aren't, well, they're nuns. So anyway, back to what I'm going on about. Not into the dating sites. Don't trust anyone that's on it. It's not really my thing. Love you too. This is the other thing. I am a single mother with a beautiful 3-year-old who's with me all the time and very needy, as you can hear. How am I going to meet someone? See, mother, come here. This. I'm getting summoned. I can't even have 5 minutes to myself. This is the point proven, people. There you go. So what I'm saying is, where am I going to meet someone? What, going down Tesco's with my 3-year-old and the chicken nugget aisle? Oh yeah, you use Bird's Eye. Oh yeah, I'll use this one. Oh yeah, can I have your number, please? What's your Insta? Got Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn? Honestly, really? Nah, that ain't gonna happen.
I have had sex with somewhere between 10 to 15 married women in my life. This is not me bragging. I'm not proud. I'm just sharing my experience. I was in the Air Force stationed down in Vegas on Nellis Air Force Base. And me and my boys would hit the town on the weekends in our uniforms. And that was usually all it took to get their attention. Man in uniform, shiny object, boom. And all I would have to ask is, have you ever been on an Air Force base before? Boom, emotions spiked. I'm now offering her an experience that her husband never could. Hypergamy puts me above him immediately. That was all it took. Women do not live by a code. They live by their emotions. You have to understand this. If you believe that your woman would never do that to me, then you are a fool living in Disneyland. Every woman is single when she comes across the right guy.
The more macho I find a man to be, the more obedient and submissive he's likely to be, the more he's likely to go and do an obedient, submissive job, like be in the army or do whatever, follow orders from another man. The men who are the most in touch with their feminine side are the most rebellious, strong men I've ever met. The more in touch with the man's feminine side he is, the more power he seems to be able to acquire. There is such a disobedience to going, F off, I will embrace my feminine side and I won't fear it. My boyfriend is a man who has got femininity within him. And when I say that, I mean sensitivity. Yeah. He's a sensitive man. He's the manliest man I've ever met. And people presume because I'm so strong and I'm so outspoken, I must be with some weak, kunk simp type, where it's like, no, a weak man couldn't handle me. His masculinity is so firm, nothing threatens it, not his femininity and not mine. That's a real man.
These are the same guys who grew up watching modern dating turn into a circus, divorce rates high, loyalty optional and respect negotiable. So now some young men are saying, maybe structure isn't such a bad idea, and suddenly the media calls it troubling. Women and men can choose however they would like to live their lives and relationships. Young men aren't going backwards, they're reacting to the chaos they grew up watching.
Yeah, it's about time.
Most guys aren't asking for some cinematic romance novel. They're asking for basic peace when they walk through the door. A little appreciation, a little affection, a little cooperation instead of constant friction. And the reason this sounds so radical online is because modern dating flipped the incentives. A lot of women are told they should be admired, pursued, and catered to. But the moment the conversation turns to what they actually bring to the relationship, things get very quiet. Meanwhile, most men are pretty simple. Respect, support, some warmth at home, and a partner who actually likes them. It's not a mystery. It just stopped being fashionable to admit it.
That's for sure.
She's saying the dating apps are full of catfish, guys using filters, fake photos, all that. But in the same breath, she laughs and admits women are basically walking filters themselves. Makeup, extensions, fake tan, the whole production. So both sides are showing up slightly edited, but somehow only the men get accused of false advertising. Then there's the other factor she mentions without really processing it. She's a single mother with a 3-year-old who needs constant attention. For a lot of men in the dating market, that changes the calculation immediately. It's not just dating anymore. It's stepping into an existing life with responsibilities already attached. So when she asks, how am I supposed to meet someone? The honest answer is she shouldn't. What she should be doing is focusing on raising her 3-year-old and leave men alone.
Facts.
He's describing something a lot of men learn the hard way, which is that emotional spikes matter more to some women compared to long-term loyalty narratives. New environment, novelty, excitement, status signals like a uniform, those things create a very different emotional experience than everyday married life. And when someone shows up offering that contrast, it can scramble the normal decision-making process pretty quickly. That doesn't mean every woman behaves that way, but it does explain why some guys get blindsided when it happens. A lot of men assume relationships operate on fixed moral codes, when in reality, attraction can sometimes operate more like shifting incentives. And when novelty, attention, and excitement suddenly appear in the room, women don't always behave the way they promised they would, so be careful, gentlemen.
Thanks for the advice.
She starts by saying the most macho men are actually the most obedient because they follow orders, like soldiers or guys in the military, but then somehow the most powerful men are the ones embracing their feminine side. So masculinity is obedience, but also femininity, but also strength, but also sensitivity. At some point the definitions just start moving around depending on the argument. And this is something you see a lot with modern women's relationship conversations. Traditional masculine traits are criticised until a woman meets a guy who actually provides stability and strength. Then suddenly those same traits become secure masculinity. The funny part is most men aren't sitting around trying to balance masculine and feminine energy charts. They're just trying to build a life, handle their responsibilities, and not get psychoanalyzed for it every 5 minutes.
What a stupid bitch!
Real men of genius.
Real